good to go.
I've been sipping on that ginger ale, baby. Come on, give me all that tail, baby. If you never knew, we know how to fail, baby. Light show.
This is the entire series.
Fuck the light show that we can program. We'll just do it with our flashlights.
How long could you keep that up? If you were paid any amount of money to just sit there and do that for X amount of hours on a stream, how long could you just sit there and spin in circles with a light making fucking beatbox sounds?
Oh, fuck. I don't know. I mean, physically, if I really wanted it, I'd call a couple hours easy. 4 hours tops, probably. But if like I'm just like if it's like $300, like 20 minutes.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome. My name's Neon Tiger, here with your boy Danatage.
Hello. Hello.
Hello, streamer.
Hello.
If you folks don't know Danatage, he's over there at twitch.tv/Danatage, partnered streamer.
What?
Mostly doing partnered.
What is that?
Verified.
I don't know what that is.
Purple check mark. It means you're good at streaming.
I'm gonna put purple check marks on my
and you can make more money.
It's just gonna be a thing.
And that sounds like something Scarfino would do.
Oh well.
But we're here playing some Factorio, if you can't tell.
What have you built
We're
for
playing
us
on
here?
a bit of a I took what the game gave me with a certain set of parameters and went in and tweaked it just a little bit so that we could have ourselves a hellacious map to play on. So essentially what we're going to be doing is starting out on this little island. It's a little bit like Age of Empires Black Forest, if you ever played any of that. But we're going to be starting off on this island, mining up, getting ourselves a nice little thing going. But as soon as we need oil, man, we gotta go over to the mainland. We gotta use the stone here, get ourselves some landfill, go over to the mainland, and Buffalo Soldier it up. Motherfuckers are gonna be coming at us left and right, trying to tear us up. And as soon as you open that gate, it doesn't close.
God.
we gotta be prepared for
I
that.
see the oil too. Okay.
Yeah. So Dan, how much of Factorio have you played?
This will be my 4th map ever. So not much, but enough to like know the game at least. Like I've got quite a few hours on it at least. Things are okay, but I mean most of it has been. I mean there was the map you and I did on stream, which was a bunch of fun. However, like there's still things where I just don't understand. I just don't understand what I'm doing sometimes. I gotta like reference old videos and old maps to figure out what the settings are because my brain doesn't really work that way.
It'll mess you up, especially with this new update coming along, kind of screwing with ratios, definitely screwing with people's built-up modular research that they like to do.
There's so many things, like there's so many new things, and I just like barely learned the old stuff. I'm like, what the heck, man? It's crazy.
That's how they get you. That's why, I mean, it's kind of useful you coming in and you learned a little bit on the old stuff, but for the most part, your knowledge is of this new stuff.
Yeah, which is good. Yeah, which is definitely good. I mean, I hope it comes back to actually be something that doesn't. I don't know. I guess I do know the new stuff better because of the fact that I've kind of spent most of my learning time learning the new stuff. I don't really remember the old stuff too much, which is, it's good to know. But you never know. I mean, I don't want to, like, get screwed on some stuff.
It's all the fundamentals, man. That's what you need.
So
how excited are you to build a bomb?
A bomb? Like a nuke?
Yeah, I feel like that's what's going to happen.
We're going to have to, right? To, like, get rid of these bugs?
When you put it like that, yeah, probably.
I mean, you told me about the evolution and the evolution setting we have. I feel like we're gonna be screwed if we don't. We might have to kamikaze. Just run in there with a nuke on our back.
Not only are the obvious nest frequency and nest size maxed out, but there are even more settings that you can tweak in this update that affect evolution and how far apart nests can spawn from each other. And I have done my best to kind of push it to the limit of what is theoretically Scarface style, pushed to the limit of what is theoretically possible in this game. So hopefully we can pull it off.
So,
and I'm thinking we set ourselves up for success. I think we'll do just fine.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, if anything, it comes down to we're just gonna have to spam ammo as bugs keep running towards us, right?
Yeah, they're pretty quick.
Yeah,
they'll catch you.
I mean, if enough turrets, we're ready to go. All right, so should I be building some of those for this copper?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Well, we really only need like 2 furnaces or so running on copper right now. Mostly what we need now is actually coal, like a bunch of coal just on hand. So I'm gonna actually set up those drills I made down here.
I need stone. Okay, because I'm gonna need. Yeah, we'll do two copper. That should be fine, right? And we need to.
Yeah, 2 copper and about 6 iron should be good to at least get it started.
We can start digging at this stone here.
Yeah, I kind of ran around while we were talking earlier and got all the big rocks. Basically, what you want to be looking for right off the bat are those big rocks, because you can mine those for a relatively short amount of time and get 20 stone.
Oh, okay.
In fact, there's one up here too.
Eat it up. All right, let's build one of those. We need yet another stone for the furnace. Yeah. So how long have you been playing this game for?
Dude, I think I picked this game up. I picked this game up very, very, very shortly after it came on Steam, like maybe 3 or 4 days after it came live on Steam, which honestly is way shorter than the most hardcore people have been playing it.
Was it on a private place, like their private website or something like that for a little bit?
Yeah, for a long time, I believe it was only available on their website until they actually moved it over to Steam.
Oh, okay.
Kind of similar to how Kerbal Space Program was right off the bat. But again,
World and all that.
It's worth it to mention that this game is technically alpha or early access or whatever they want to call it. Whatever the industry is using.
But it's pretty polished. Like everything works.
Yeah,
they're just adding more stuff to it.
As far as I'm concerned, it's featured out. Yeah. It's definitely got a. I say this about a handful of games, and this is definitely one of those games that's in alpha.
Mm-hmm.
But if it were to just stop being developed tomorrow, if the devs were like, all right, we're done, we feel like we've done everything we want to with this game, it's over. This is one of a few games that I think people wouldn't really have too much to complain about.
Yeah.
I think this game and RimWorld and Darkest Dungeon would have been among that, but I know they did a full release actually a while ago now.
Yeah, no, it's been out for a little bit, but I mean, they got DLC coming, man. I'm excited.
Hell yeah, I can't wait,
dude. I can't tell you.
The what is it? The Crimson Court?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, vampires.
There's like some weird buggos. It's all kinds of crazy. There's a bunch of art online right now.
Heck yeah.
Okay.
Even recently, they've been putting out the what do you call it?
What?
New enemies, new like mini boss type.
Yeah, with the coming in hot stuff. Yeah, I haven't played it in a while. I'm probably gonna do a torches run soon. Looks like a lot of fun. So let's see, 6 iron, 2 copper. Do you want to start building stuff for stone up there, or want to leave that alone at the moment?
Yeah, we can get a little bit of stonage going.
Okay, I've got furnaces. Go 2. You have burners.
I was gonna say we can literally just. I'm just gonna build a little chest real quick and just let it pack stone into a chest because we don't really want to be cooking it right off the bat.
You're absolutely right.
Because we're gonna need it for a ton of furnaces. Just need it raw.
You're absolutely right.
So yeah, we can just let that burner sit there and chug away that chest.
Basically, this is gonna be a big mining site right here. Okay. Oh yes. Oh, give it to me. Oh, give it to me.
But on the bright side, we've got ourselves set up for like down here can be kind of the whole power station-y area down in this little south.
Oh, that's right. Region. We're gonna have to do that too. Okay. So what are some of the first things we want to build? We want to build power soon, right?
Yeah, electricity is absolutely the #1 priority. I know a lot of people mess around with that was one of the interesting things watching Sim try to set up these big, complicated structures to make burner inserters work, and I'm like, dog, just get normal inserters.
Yeah, try to get past burner as fast as possible, right? On everything.
Yeah, exactly. I don't even touch burners. I don't
Or
use
just
them.
to get started. No, I mean burner. I guess
They're
the
no
burner
good.
drills, and then yeah, I don't
Oh,
think I
yeah.
touch burner inserters. Okay, so this pump, it's okay, and then there's the new ratio is like it's 2 to 3, right? It's two boilers to 3. No, it's 1 to
It
2,
is
isn't it?
1 to 10 to 20.
Right, 1 to 10 to 20. So one pump to So it's a 1 to 2 ratio on boilers to steam engines, right?
Correct. Yeah, I'm just gonna ignore the pump ratio because that is frankly
It's irrelevant after a while.
irrelevant. Yeah. 20 steam engines will take you a long
Yeah.
way. Yeah, those are those big old rocks you're looking for. It'll save you some time early game, just a little bit, but you're trying to get a 2-hour speed run in. You gotta take it where you can get it.
Dude, like that's the record, right? 2 hours.
I think that is still the record.
Insane.
I
That is
think,
absolutely insane.
and if it's not, somebody will definitely let us know because this is the internet. You're not allowed to be wrong on the internet.
Oh, but you don't understand. If you are triggered by things that noobs do on Factorio, stop watching right now. Or blame me. I don't care. Either one. I want to know. I want to see it all. I want to see you yell at me.
That was my strategy, man. Whenever I played Dota,
Yeah.
like
just do whatever makes people
I've been
mad.
around. No. I've been around long enough on the internet. There's nothing you can like, especially in terms of like content creation and all that. There's nothing anybody can say to me that I haven't already said to myself. Like, wow, you make some shit videos, dude.
You're a
Like, yeah,
dickhole.
I get it. But that was my strategy in Dota is get everyone nice and pissed at me for like, I mean, I wouldn't be like actively trolling, but people are just gonna get pissed because they're gonna get pissed at Dota. So if I get everyone good and pissed at me, that means that they're spending their time flaming me and not messing with the more easily tilted teammates, and then life's good. You can kind of do the same thing in Overwatch a little bit. Kind of unite the trolls against you, so that the people that are susceptible to that sort of shit don't get tilted and they can play well.
Is there any reason to make a lab right now? To get those
absolutely.
belts?
We need 2 of those soon.
Okay. Because we need belts, right?
You know how nice this whole steam engine setup is going to look now that I'm not making raw spaghetti?
Go reference one of my older, our only co-op Factorio stream on my channel. You will see that we kind of made a, what would you call it? Just an entire maze of absolutely garbage.
It was just mazes of pipes and boilers and engines because I didn't know the ratio, so I was just tacking shit on to see how far I could push one boiler. And the answer is 2 steam engines. But because of the way that liquid is handled, or the amounts of liquid you can push through pipes is handled, there were some areas that had tons of steam in them and some that couldn't get any, even though technically the whole system was hooked up because it was just being consumed so much.
I was just like, this looks like a giant chasm of hell, and I'm not even going to go look at it. And I did, and then I triggered myself, and then I said, I don't know what's going on, so I'm just going to let it happen.
Hey man, it worked.
It worked just fine. All right.
It's like Linux, man. You just sit there and beat the hell out of it until it does what you want it to do.
All right, so we are good. I have 1 lab. I'm just going to pop it.
All right, good shit. Yeah, we almost got power up. I got power lines coming down here in just a second. I'll push those up to you. We can start getting coal on a belt over the boilers, and we can start getting some real stuff going. You'll have to forgive me because I am going to work a little bit more autonomously than when we were streaming here.
I'll do what I can. I'll do what I do.
You've had your crash course, and I'm very confident that you should be able to.
Can we just handcraft science too?
Oh yeah. You have to handcraft your first 10.
I got 9 going. All right, I'm just gonna plop those in there too.
Hold up before you do that. Move your science lab 1 to the right. I want the power lines to look pretty for as long as they can, because I know they can't look.
Well, we're gonna
forever.
have to on this island, dude. This is gonna be insane. We gotta make everything neat. We're gonna not run out of room.
Yeah, we are gonna have to. We are going to need to be a little. I think we've got enough room that we won't have to worry about running out, but we are going to need to be a little bit space conscious in terms of how we're designing things because we can't just infinitely scale out in one direction like I like to do.
Yeah.
I mean, technically, we could use landfills to fill in this whole lower, like south and southwest ocean, and kind of have space until we hit the mainland. But that's no fun.
Yeah. All right. There's science in the lab.
I think we should use this little atoll here as kind of our bootstrap base.
Yeah, sure.
And once we start pushing on the buggos, then we can.
Now, what's the importance of a bus in this?
In Factorio or on this island?
Space here.
It'll be nice to have a small one, maybe 1 lane of iron, 1 lane of copper, 1 lane of green cards, just going north up maybe this eastern side through this little field of marijuana here. Okay. But past that,
Kush, baby.
I don't know where all that Kush came from. I didn't put it there. Full disclosure, though, I did do a little bit of tweaking. This map spawned with a little bit too much copper for my liking. I didn't want us to feel too comfortable here. I think this is an appropriate amount of copper. Enough to so it doesn't just hinder us, but not enough to just sit here forever. Also, we definitely should have installed long reach, and what I said about long reach was inaccurate.
It's not in the game?
It is not in the game. It is not built in. The reason I thought that was because the way long reach is now implemented is actually, instead of you just getting long reach right off the bat, it is research that you get as a result of the mod. But the mod implements research into the game, which is where my confusion was.
So the way you said it was accurate, but you have to have the mod installed. Got it.
Correct.
Understood. Understood, my friend.
All right, I got a couple electric drills being made. If we could just make as many belts as possible, we're just going to need to handcraft a shitload of them right off the bat.
Once this automation is done.
So if we want to start handcrafting belts and killing trees.
Oh, yeah. Oh, the trees is just to get them out of the way, right? All right.
Yep.
Get out of my way, trees. Nobody likes you.
Just a nice tree path between the coal and the boilers down here. And then any wood you get, you can just load up the boilers with them.
Oh, okay.
So once you get a decent amount of literacy in this, I'd love to try out Bob's mods and the Angel mods.
What are those? Who's Bob?
So Bob is a pretty hardcore Factorio modder, but those are things that I can't wrap my head around. Like some of the ratios in that. Not even ratios, but just some of the ways you have to construct things. For example, every ore needs to be mined out of the ground, then moved into a crusher, crushed down into powder. The powder will give you some ore dust, but also some stone. So you have to find a way to get rid of the stone because you don't want just like thousands of stone lying around. So you got to do something with it. Hell yeah. And then you move your dust into the smelter, and then you can smelt the dust. So that's already sort of a complicated process because you've just got that kind of what would Gamertech call it? A spanner in the works.
Spanner in the works. Are you saying that because he's Australian?
Yeah. They call them spanners, man. They don't call them wrenches.
Spanner? What is this like from the Joe Spanner or whatever from Save from the Bell?
Never heard of a spanner?
Never heard it.
You know, from Hearthstone, pass me that Arclight
spanner. Nope. No idea. I do not play Hearthstone.
It's a wrench because it like spans the gap for your bolt.
I will wrench any Australian that tells me to not say wrench.
It's actually a British thing from what I understand. I just
well, that's the thing. Every Australian thinks it's theirs when in reality it's just the British influence on them.
Oh no. I mean, it may not even be Australian. They may just say
oh, so truly racism. I get it. Okay, so we've got. Oh, there it is. 29. That ain't enough. I need more coal. I need more coal to feed these things.
Wait, 29 what?
Belts.
Oh, I've got a bunch.
I just need the coal to feed those things.
I don't know if a bunch will be
Is
enough.
a bunch like half of buttload? Like what is a bunch? Quarter buttload? Third buttload?
I'd say like not even like maybe an eighth of buttload.
Confirmed.
But it was enough to make it to the boilers, so that's all I really care about.
Buttload in the boilers confirmed. Got it.
Buttload in the boilers.
It's my new single on iTunes.
All right, we set up.
My new single on the iTunes. If you've never heard me, I am fully up and operational. Cool.
We've done it.
Cool.
All right, we got the belt running. We just need coal on the belt, and we are fucking golden.
Do it. Do you have drills? Okay.
I do.
Remove these.
I'll take these down.
Cool. Okay, so those are going. So the let's work on. I'm gonna work on drills for these for the iron up here.
Hell yeah! All right, we are golden boy on coal, like a Call of Duty caster.
Golden boy on coal.
Hell yeah! You know Alex Mendez.
Oh yeah.
I met him. He actually casted for the War Report, which was the MLG thing we did. I forgot about that because originally I think it was Total Biscuit and Jax, but then Total Biscuit discontinued doing it for reasons unknown, and then Gold.
What do we need to research next, by the way?
Logistics and automation are the top two that we need.
Automation's done.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely logistics then. I'll work on getting some red juice in here. Some Kool-Aid.
That you make.
But yeah, I'm looking forward to structuring the base in such a way that we don't completely basically just hang ourselves. Like we were like a snake that ate in a circle and then
like the Nokia phone app Snake. Like the old Nokia brick.
Exactly. Just like that one.
So
except like
the way this ore is shaped, I want to go down with the belt, but that's probably not a good idea. Or maybe we can go up with it. Just come out the top.
Yeah, this is some awkward ore, isn't it? I think up is best. Yeah, vertical is best.
I've got 6 drills. We should be good for a little bit.
Okay. Yeah.
Which means I'm gonna get ready to get rid of these, but not yet. I'll do that later.
Spicy
boys. Ooh, cherry pie. All right, I'll do this here.
So folks know you've been in the gaming industry, or at least in the gaming world, for a very long time. But how long have you been around on dude, look at you. You even know to put a gap in between the sets.
Look at me.
So you can do this right here.
You proud of me?
Look at you. How long have you been on YouTube? How long have you been on
Twitch I just hit like 2-year anniversary, just like straight up like 2 years. I was like, whoa, that feels like yesterday. I did YouTube for a while before that, but I never put any real action into it, so it felt useless. But I've been writing for like Prima Games and strategy guides for the last 4 years. So I've kind of been around things for a while, and then pro gaming and esports and stuff. I've been around since like I was like 13, which is a long time ago. So I was Call of Duty on Xbox for a little bit. Counter-Strike, Source, like 1.4 and 1.3 stuff early on. I got bored and kind of tired of Counter-Strike for a long time. So it became like a thing where I was just like, I'm spending way too much time in this. I'm done with it. And once I got into like my second, third year in college, I was like, I'm gonna start playing other games. And I grew up with like Command and Conquer and RTS stuff. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna go into like more strategy, just kind of develop it. And being a strategy guide author, I was like, oh, this is actually probably perfect, even though I write mostly shooter game stuff. So then that's what sparked me in going into like Twitch and things like that, playing like Darkest Dungeon, playing like RimWorld, playing City Skylines, stuff like that. Allows me to just jam out and chat with the people, and I think that's what drew me to, you know, like Simcopter, who you introduced me to you and stuff like that, and it was just fun.
Hell yeah, good
I
times.
find it fun to just sit there and zone out into whatever game we're playing and just do nothing, but also be doing something at the same time, if that makes any sense.
It is nice. It is nice just being able to kind of sit and chill and talk to people and get to know people while you're also experiencing this game and people are kind of enjoying it alongside you. Always good. I get that a lot. It's weird when you talk to people about Twitch because people somehow YouTube clicks with them in their brain. They're like, yeah, that's cool. I'll go watch YouTube videos. But they do not understand the appeal of Twitch. And I honestly was like that for a very long time. I used Twitch as a platform basically in my Planet Side days to just kind of promote what I was doing, like the whole MLG thing at the time, but never as like my own entity. Like I was always either streaming on somebody else's channel or being a part of the game event that was being streamed
like
by somebody's channel.
like Planet Side 2 stuff and things like that, right?
Exactly, yeah.
Well, so I mean, my theory on that is, I mean, it's pretty obvious, and if I'm frank enough, YouTube is very much reminiscent of an old school medium, which is like TV or movies or something like that. It's like, oh, somebody was in a studio and made this movie, and or somebody was at their computer and made this video and put it on YouTube. Whereas like Twitch is, yeah, we see live TV all the time, but the only time people had interaction with live stuff was like telethons, and people didn't watch that like any time ever. That's like, I mean, it was something like people watched obviously because of like charity events and stuff like that, but it was very rare. So people never really understood what you can, oh my God, I can live interact with these people that I've never even met in my life and who seem to be internet famous and stuff like that. And you're like, yeah, it's actually really easy. You just type in a chat room, and you're not just typing in a chat room to people that are also in that chat room. You're also talking to the person that's on the screen. And it's like, whoa, this is insane. So it's like the phenomenon is people don't believe it's there because they still don't understand that that's what actually happens. Is you have to interact with these, or you get to interact with these people that are on screen. But it's catching on. I think it's catching on real hard, and I like it a lot. It's still, Twitch is being found by the esports fans, which obviously is not like what I just explained, but that is also leading into a big pool of what I just explained, which is these people that are actually interacting with these other streamers and interacting with those in chat and stuff like that.
I was going to say that is perfectly fine with me. I know, again, I mean, one of the biggest things that I would use Twitch for was watching StarCraft 2 tournaments back in the day, or watching Rocket League tournaments more recently.
Watching RLCS is going on right now. Fun.
Yeah, exactly, man. It's such a shame because, like, I'm glad that Rocket League has finally gotten a competitive scene off the ground, and I understand that it's difficult from a logistical perspective to get something set up where people can start making money off of it. You can't, like, the law just doesn't let you be like, hey, we're going to throw together this $10,000 tournament overnight. I've got $10,000 in a bank account. Let's fucking roll. Like, you can't just do that. And I think that's not, people don't quite understand that that's
also
possible.
Yeah, and think about the fact that Rocket League is still an indie game and it's an esport. It's crazy.
I mean, you want to get into it technically. Witcher 3 is an indie game, but who's counting?
Just because they produce and develop their own game. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Yeah. But I mean, they spend a lot of money on it, which in my mind is what grades people. The amount of money you spend in your game is what takes you out of indie to AAA to AA to single A and stuff like that.
I want to get into that because I do think I think we gotta cut this one loose, especially now that logistics just finished. We can kind of plan things out for a second, but at the same time, I do want to. We can cliffhanger it in the next episode here. We can get into your opinions on these kind of like AAA publishers.
Oh,
kind of like Psyonix, like CG Projekt Red,
totally.
Folks like that. I'd like to know what you have to say about that. But yeah, I'm just sitting here doing some ghosting. People can probably tell what I'm about to get up to. But one way or another, I'm gonna cut it short. We'll be back with episode 2 shortly. I don't know what your schedule is gonna look like. I honestly don't know what mine's gonna look like either. I just know we're recording them.